Hi and welcome. I'm Christine Sutherland, the founder of WeightChoice, and this video announces our solution to global obesity and overweight. And at the end, we offer an amazing discount to those people who get behind us and help us launch and bring this to the world. Most people would probably think it's pretty much impossible for anyone to lose weight accidentally and have fun doing it. Wouldn't you agree? Well, actually, you can do that now, but only if you give up on all the stuff you've tried before, including willpower, self-discipline, and distraction techniques. Let me explain. Virtually every government health department in the world reports that despite the massive number of different types of weight loss programs, their populations are still experiencing rising obesity rates, even amongst children, and less than 2% of people ever succeed in keeping their weight to a healthy level. What I want to show you today are the very obvious reasons why those diets and why those other weight loss programs are failing, and share a radical, new, exciting way to achieve easy weight loss that's so exciting and so shockingly powerful that we believe it will go very viral, very fast, globally. Most diet companies have been forced to recognise that dieting doesn't work, with industry giant Weight Watchers banning the word diet and talking about lifestyle change instead. Now that's all well and good, but the problem is they're applying to lifestyle change the same failed strategies they used for dieting, which is silly willpower and distraction techniques, neither of which have the smallest shred of scientific evidence to support them. In fact, and this is really shocking, we now know that there is double the rate of eating disorders in girls whose mothers have dieted, and the mortality rate of eating disorders is sky high. In Australia alone, we lose nearly 200 girls every year to eating disorders. It's no wonder that these diet companies are erasing the word diet from their marketing. They're in line to be sued. And the same failure rate goes for Jenny Craig, Light and Easy, Isogenics, New Skin, Herbalife, and every other weight loss program out there. It's incredible to realise that people are spending billions and billions of dollars every year on these programs that are proven to fail for very close to 100% of people. So why do they fail? Because they don't even begin to understand the deep unconscious programming around personal tastes for different foods, emotional reasons for eating, ingrained habits around food or actual food addiction. They have no idea of the difference between the way slim people feel and think and behave around food and movement and the way that overweight people do. And finally, they make a massive mistake when they delude themselves that willpower or distraction will overcome that massive internal programming that is driving people back to their own behaviour, even against their will. So what if, instead of trying to lose weight the way you have in the past, this happened instead? What if every time you felt bored or sad or wanted to celebrate or whatever, you no longer associated food with that? Do you think you might lose some weight accidentally without trying? Or maybe you're one of those people who sit in front of telly at the end of a big day and get an urge to snack. If the thought of a snack just no longer occurred to you, do you think you might lose weight accidentally without trying? Do you ever have something nice in the fridge or the pantry and feel compelled to keep going back for some until there's nothing left? What if you just kept forgetting that it was there and didn't keep eating things anymore? Do you think you might lose weight accidentally without trying? And when there's a packet of biscuits or a packet of nuts or chips, do you find that you keep going until there's none left? Well, what if you looked at it and really didn't want it? Or if you could enjoy just one, but definitely didn't want any more, do you think you might lose weight accidentally without trying? What would happen if you no longer had any addictions or compulsions or obsessions around food, and no guilt either, so you could just get on with life and eat whatever you wanted, whenever you wanted, knowing that you could not put on weight? What would happen when you're finally, naturally feeling and thinking and living like a slim and healthy person? Do you think you might really enjoy that freedom? We don't want anyone ever again to think that a diet or a shake or a pill or an exercise program is the answer. What we do is take all those food addictions and compulsions, all those emotional and habitual behaviours around food, and actually switch them off permanently without willpower, self-discipline, or silly distraction techniques. We give you all the real, authentic feelings, thoughts, and behaviours of a naturally slim and healthy person so that you never have to fight against overweight ever again. And make no mistake, we're talking about real results for real people. Yes, this is me, unfortunately. When I was overweight, I probably also wasn't very well, as you can see from the rather puffy face. But when you no longer have cravings for certain foods and no longer eat for reasons other than healthy hunger, you no longer have to finish something just because it's in the fridge and no longer have to keep going until the packet's empty. The weight does simply fall off. I wonder if you can imagine being like me. Can you imagine seeing your favourite food and although you agree it's nice, just not feeling like it right now? Maybe thinking you'll have it later, but actually forgetting to get around to it because it's just not important? Or if you do have a bit, stopping at one because you just really don't want any more? Feeling completely and utterly guilt-free around food and just getting on with your life? Finding yourself naturally and easily slim and healthy and never having to think about dieting ever again? This is exactly what WeightChoice is about. It's the first program and the only program in the world to actually identify the real reasons why different individuals feel, think and behave around food and activity, and then quickly and easily change those feelings, thoughts and actions into automatically healthy ones without having to use willpower, self-discipline or silly distraction techniques. So knowing that those old weight loss programs have never worked and will never work, you obviously have some choices. You can at least stop wasting money, time and effort by refusing to use them and just put up with the health risks of being overweight and give up on fitting into the clothes you'd prefer to wear. You could keep wasting money, time and effort by keeping on trying and hoping, realising that yo-yoing weight is devastating to your health and knowing that daughters of mothers who diet have double the incidence of potentially fatal eating disorders. Or you could go for a more permanent surgical solution, even though you know that bariatric patients can struggle getting enough nutrition and hydration in hot weather, and they often put weight back on because they find ways to cheat by liquefying things like cheese and chocolate, would you believe? Or instead, you could just apply some very simple and powerful techniques to firstly properly discover what your own internal programming around food and activity actually is, and then eliminate those so that they never bother you again. I took these testimonials from handwritten feedback from two separate groups who went through our WeightChoice program as we trialled it for the first couple of times. You can see that these are very different kinds of comments from what you normally see after a weight loss program, because here people are reporting different feelings, thoughts and behaviours that surprise even them because they're nothing like they've ever experienced before in their lives. So WeightChoice is for you and for your loved ones if you're a person who's serious about getting a permanent solution to overweight. Stopping wasting time, money and effort on programs that at best offer a very temporary band-aid. WeightChoice is for you if you want to set a good example for the people that you love by reaching a healthy weight in a healthy way. WeightChoice is for people who want to be effortlessly slim and healthy without dieting, maybe for the first time in their life. So what's involved in the program? Well, first up, it is not months and months of painful dieting. Although we have an online program that people do at their own pace, the live program is just 8 exciting weeks in a deeply supported group program that's very much tailored to the individual because everyone is different. This is not your typical Join the Dots program. That's 8 life-changing weeks that transform your appearance, your health, and your happiness, led by a registered psychologist, not some weight loss leader who doesn't know the first thing about how people really feel and think. It includes weekly live workshops, a private weight loss community to get help in between workshops, and of course the full Weight Choice manual. I guess you're wondering about the cost, and it's important to put this in context. If you look at the most common programs that people do, you'll see there's a pretty wide range. But the main problem with these, of course, is that when you stop doing them, the weight comes back. And sooner or later, you have to spend that time and that money and that effort all over again. It's like a revolving door, isn't it? And you just never stop paying out. Now, our crowdfunding partners aren't going to pay anything like the full price of WeightChoice, but here's what we'll be charging after the launch, and as you can see, it's pretty competitive. Our live program will be $1,350, and by the way, we're working on getting a payment plan together to make that accessible for more people. Our online program will be $27 a month, cancelable anytime, so that you can finally get real deep change to the automatic and natural way you feel and think and act around food and around activity. It's 100% guaranteed, and you'll never have to do it again. However, our crowdfunding partners can get the live program not for $1,350, but for just $100. Or people can do the online program instead of $27 per month for just $47 for an entire 12 months as a one-off payment. Those are massive, massive discounts, but we wanted to show our deep gratitude to the people who are as passionate as we are about bringing this to the world to help us get started with a bang. Here we are as a new community, the Weight Choice community, leading the way in solving global obesity, and we know that together we have a lot to be proud of. But look, there is a catch, isn't there always? As much as we'd like to have the capacity to help millions of people right now because the problem is that big, of course we can't. It's vitally important to us to do this the right way and only deliver the highest quality, personalised live and online programs that we can. We're still selecting and training more licensed psychologists to deliver the program in a way we can be proud of. So we can only take 25 people in our first live training group, although we can offer the online program globally as soon as we launch. We will take a waiting list, and we promise that we'll concentrate on growing our resources as quickly as we can so that no one is left out. The money we raise through crowdsourcing will help that happen sooner rather than later. We hope that you'll join us and that you'll also help share the good news by passing on this crowdfunding campaign. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, head over to weightchoiceaustralia.com.au to go on the waiting list for a thank you gift, a big 46-page extract from the Weight Choice manual. Thank you for listening, and bye for now.